feeder box that had all the dead ants in it on one side and not the other. And I've kind of tried to figure out what was the rationale. Why did they die in here? Because they're supposed to crawl through this slot, and then when they get to the top, there's room for them to crawl underneath the screen, and then they can walk down, and the food will be, the sugar water will be floating in here. And so there's no way for them to really get in there from the legitimate side, from the inside right here. But they must have, you know, the roof fits on top of this. And when I checked yesterday, I noticed that there's a big gap on the sides, on 2 or 3 sides. So I've decided to get some insulation, and I'm gluing it down and then nailing it down so that they don't have a chance of going inside and drowning, because once they're inside, they'll never find their way back out. And that was the issue. I think this is going to resolve the problem, but I'm wondering how other people are dealing with it. I mean, I really like to know. Anyway, I'm going to finish this by nailing this down. It's tacked down with tape. It's got its own sticky tape down. It's the kind of tape you use for insulating windows or doors. But I'm going to nail it down because I know sooner or later it'll come loose with the roof on it. And then the bees will go get back inside and they'll die. And that's the last thing I need or want. And it's kind of discouraging. So this is not going to come loose. There's no way. Anyway, this is the feeder box, and I've shown this to you already once before. I've made some modifications to it. I've put this, it's an insulation strip. It's got tape or glue on one side that you can remove and it sticks, but I've already nailed it in a few places. And the reason I've done that is because I can't afford to have the strip come off. The bees go underneath the roof and end up falling into the gallons now. I've mixed 2 gallons of sugar water that's going to be in these trays right over here. These trays. This will hold up to 4 gallons, but 2 gallons will be enough for a while. I'm kind of curious for how long. Yeah, and this metal mesh here is supposed to keep the bees inside the metal mesh and not allow them to come out. I'm looking at this right here. Can they come out? Maybe they can. I don't know. Oh, I'm nervous. I don't want them to die in here again like they did before. So I've nailed it. I don't think I'm going to nail anymore. I was going to nail some more. This one here is kind of weird. So that this barrier, that's what this is. This barrier can hold the bees back, and then the beekeeper suggested I should put a cover on top of it. So even if they do get underneath it, they will probably not fall into the sugar tank, into the feeder box. And so I've done that too. So I'm ready today to, hopefully I'll be able to show you some videos of what it's like, but I'll have my mask on, and hopefully you'll learn something. I have my trusty scale right here. We know we've got 4 pounds of sugar, and the ratio, according to the beekeeper that I know, or the person who owns a whole beekeeping company, is 4 pounds to 4 pounds of water to 4 pounds of sugar, and that's what I've got here now. So I'm just going to mix it, and I'll have our granddaughter's help with the mixing. And then I'll pour it into the feeder box, and hopefully this time I don't end up getting a lot of dead bees. So that's the plan.